is usually a way of countering him.
Yeah, it's the difference between having one hero that gets picked 20 games or 20 heroes that gets picked in 2 games.
Exactly.
All right, well. Underway with the action we will. And I feel like we're going to see a decent amount of action here, especially in the outer lanes. You know, you got your Terrorblade, your Chen. Well, Chen especially is going to enable a lot of gank power. On the other side of the map, just having access to the CM and the Nyx, you could already see how potent these two could be.
So, actually, we see Ninja Boogie running the Pugna with the Necro. And also, what we forgot to mention is that as this Necro was the last pick, so we couldn't really mention it, Pugna is one of the strongest counters to Necro. And they actually have that Pugna, so they decided to last pick Necro. And at the same time, it looks like this Necro might be a support. I'm sorry, not Necro, Pugna might be a support.
We've seen it a little bit. A few more teams are adapting to this, and it's not a bad thing. The combo in this lane is super strong. The amount of damage they put out. It's also the double coverage against getting right-click down. The only problem is you're up against a lane that does a lot of magic damage.
Yeah, it's a lot of magic damage, and it's just... I'm not certain just how much he's going to be able to do on his Pugna. It's going to be... It's definitely fun to watch, though. On the top lane, though, we're going to have the Terrorblade and Chen versus Crystal Maiden and Nyx. And I don't think this lane pressures Terrorblade too much. It's going to be volatile, but I think Terrorblade should be able to farm there.
I think there's going to be a big focus on going for kills on the Chen. That seems to be their goal here. They do have the means to do that.
They're fighting bottom.
I mean, runes-wise, it looks like it's going to be to a piece. So despite the fighting, the aggression doesn't actually come out to anything. And both teams trading evenly, so no one actually winning that initial bout, especially in the bot lane. Yeah. The next thing to look at is the mid, because the creep block here, like this is the type of matchup where the first wave does matter a lot. Because it allows, like, no one's like the Dynast lane, but one side is going to get a CS advantage quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone is gonna die on mid. Perhaps if DK gets hit way too many times by Psyblades, but it's very, very unlikely.
Yeah, well, we've seen Alex die pre-6. We didn't expect that. You never know. Yeah, if you get a very good TA player, you never know.
Yeah, those Psyblades can definitely hurt. And if you're out of position, if you let a few too many connect, you might just find yourself dying.
The reason that CS battle matters so much is, well, actually we're pausing that thought because Ninja Boogie, he might go down here. One more tap will do it. One more freeze, no, Fairy Fire gets away.
That Fairy Fire right there on time. And
value.
Yeah, he eats the correct tree. I actually, whenever I'm playing Radiant, I always eat this tree, like this one over there, as it allows you to go closer to the tower from a different angle. It just changes the lane completely for you. I think people are underutilizing that one. It's so huge.
It's kind of interesting. It's like I think one of the best ways to really relearn the tree line right now is tree depth, right? Yeah, the Quellen Blade.
Oh, that's it.
You rethink everything. You just it kind of opens up your mind to the possibilities. I mean, it's like people have started once again using in the top lane this tree here. You cut this tree and then you wrap around the back to stab. And like for a long time it went unutilized. For a while it was Pudge's kind of zone, but.
There are so many trees on top lane as well. Like the one a bit further to the right, it's just the Pudge's zone. The Pudge's, the tree ants, like that one, yeah. So it helps out definitely if you eat those trees, just to be able to run to the tower a bit faster.
Well, we've turned into a bit of a Greenpeace stream here.
Greenpeace, definitely. Well, not really. We're talking about...
Oh, we're destroying... Yeah, no, but we're talking about destroying one tree to save the many, you know? That's the difference here. We're not just picking certain heroes to destroy the entire environment, you know? Poor trees, Beastmaster, he's such a waster, you know? Just cuts down 10 trees at a time.
Speaking about the game, and not the trees, though, I'm wondering, these lanes are very silent so far, right? Nothing's really happening. They're just trading hits. Yeah, Achjet on top lane is being forced out a bit. He has his Sal. You can't really force Nyx out either. He has so much region to work with. So TNC, their lanes are stable. I'm just wondering if the lanes...
That looks like it was only a short break. When they think you're going to be waiting a while. But no, yeah, I think the biggest thing I was going to highlight is right now, if you actually look at Zephyr here.
There we go, top lane.
There we go. Trying to make a move, but Cuckoo doesn't care. He's just too busy CSing. This is kind of the power of the Nyx, though. He's so damn tanky, he can just get in your face. Right, him and Ogre Magi are the kings of this right now. Zephyr. Okay,
should be fine. I really like, remember in the drafting stage, I said that Crystal Maiden might be forced to take Frostbite. She didn't, and I really like that because she's able to dish out a lot of damage here on Ahjet and actually force him out right now as he has no region anymore.
This is the problematic stage, right? This is where they start to get super aggressive, and the biggest concern in this lane is actually Zephyr only just got level 2. And Zephyr might be in a little bit of trouble. The Impale's going to be there. Cuckoo dodges out. Won't be too worried about the Golem. They're trying to run him down, but Cuckoo needs to move away. Has to be careful of Ajit. But I think the Chen, it doesn't feel like the Chen is winning. This is one of those type of heroes you pick to assert dominance in the lane straight away.
Exactly. The thing is, they did see that the camps were blocked, so I'm wondering why he didn't start with Penitence, actually. Oh, Ajit getting really low on top.
Not low enough, though. Luckily for him, Tim's is a melee hero. In the bot lane, though, Gabby, they're body blocking him. 1-4-3-7, boldly just standing there. He's not getting assistance from Moon Meander, who went back to just CS, though. I'm not sure if you can get that kill. You might be able to kill yourself. Now I'm going to go for the TP out. And this is the benefit in this lane, is neither of these two have any way of stopping you TPing until 6.
These two heroes are actually so very similar. Like, you have the Necro and the Pagna. They have their nukes, but that's about it. 0 stuns to help them out over there.
The CS in the mid lane, it's starting to happen. We said one person would start to drag ahead, and you can already see TA almost 10 last hits ahead of the Dragon Knight.
So basically, once she gets a few levels, actually, once she gets the refraction level 3, it's
How did this happen? Talentless. Breathe it in. Oh, this is going to be good.
Back to the pause. Game is resumed. And well, as we were leaving off, we were talking about the disparity and the difference in tactics in the mid lane in this game. And I'm starting to think that that might end up being the decisive lane at this rate.
We have a smoke on the bottom lane, though.
Oh, they want to make a move. But Gabby's not an easy one to find, actually. They had... Yeah, there it is. They found the ward. It was pretty far back, so nicely anticipated by Zephyr.
Yeah, and he has his level 3 now on Chen, so he's going to be able to... Yeah, 2 of these Hellbear smashes are going to be by his side. And they actually want to take the steal 1 on bot, it seems.
I'm moving on Gabby here. They do stop him down, but I think the biggest worry is in this lane. It's a battle of attrition, and you're 2 PV heroes against the beautiful Heartstop aura from Gabby. They might try now, though. Penitence needs to take a lot of damage, and the Ghost Trap comes out. There's a stop the double edge. He gets the first blood. The Crept firing up does nothing to stop Meander from slaying his opponent in lane.
This is basically definitely a pre-planned move. Like, their whole draft is like it all falls into place right now. As you can see, the minute 5 push with the catapult. Yeah, they had to rotate back with the centaur, but that push kind of shows everything. Their plan is to pressure them super early, and that's exactly what they're gonna do, it seems.
Now, I think in times like this, the most important thing to look at is probably the difference between the relative positions on the team. There's a slight difference appearing between the Necrophos and the Terrorblade, but that's because of the rough start. I feel like now you can't actually bother the Terrorblade too much. We might bother 1437 under the tower. He's going to get dove and killed. And in the mid lane, Dragon Knight goes down.
I mean, that's definitely not what you expect. DK died to solo TA, and he actually used the form as well.
You know what it was as well? It's when he went for the regen rune bot, it meant that RML could set up all the traps he needed. And this is the worrying part, is like, a TA can leave lane to farm. And this is, I think you're right about this being one of the most powerful mids at the moment, is the moment you leave, those traps just go down, you get punished.
That was a great mistake for them, because it's not only that he died, it's that he used the dragon form. And because of that, he cannot push any longer. Like, he's on the sidelines for 60 more seconds. And every second matters when you're playing a lineup like this. Every rotation, every movement.
Ajit is in trouble here. Getting body blocked by Tims. He needs to get out quick, but he can't. He goes down to the duo.
It's all falling apart for Tigers right now. Their laning stage and their whole plan, it's not really working out.
I mean, this top lane feels done. Like, you need to stick someone up here, but who? Jakira's going to get dove, we've seen that. Terrorplay can't exist in this entire area of his own jungle.
The thing is, you could maybe put Jakiro there, but you want him to be making moves with Shen. And they're smoked up, they're going bottom again. Or maybe they might rotate mid. Let's check what they decide to do.
I like that they're not just giving the defeatist option of sticking the centaur up there. They're actually going to try and utilize him in a lane which he can win still. Look at this rotation coming in. Ninja Boogie moving up. 1437. Smoke does get popped, and Ninja Boogie is in the middle of no man's land. He'll be punished for it. The crap fight goes out, but it won't make a difference as they do still get the kill.
Yeah, they also do see the ancients that are stacked here, so that's kind of nice with this ward. However, there is a sentry that's gonna see it, and probably that ward is gonna get rewarded. However, bottom lane,
Gabby just being harassed down a little bit. He does have the scythe now, so you need to be careful about diving.
That tornado, man.
The classic.
That tornado.
Not as strong as TI Qualifier, get stuck in tornado land, but, you know, still something.
You definitely do not expect the Crystal Maiden to be taking the first tower in this game.
I was about to say, that did just occur in the top lane. And actually, like, if we look at the XP, Cuckoo is doing pretty damn nice for himself. A CM off lane, still relevant, is what TNC's day.
Yeah, the Crystal Maiden off lane getting very close to that level 10. Which it doesn't really matter too much to her, but as soon as she gets that 15 and plus 150 gold per minute, she just skyrockets when it comes to net worth, gets that BKB, gets the blink as well.
Yeah, of course, a big concern at the moment is gold. GPM talents do feel like one of the most potent things in the game, especially for supports. Like we've had this discussion before, and I think we're of the same mind that when it comes to supports, one of the first things to check is, well, you check for a dive. 4 people in the bot lane, the stun's coming out. They're looking to get Gabby quick enough. He's still alive. They're going to heal up. Cuckoo in the corner. This stun comes down. First of all, 1437. And now the Impale is a double. It's going to catch on the mob with TA turning up. They say, if you're going to bring a party, we're going to bring everyone, even if they're not invited. And TNC counter the dive with all of their team.
Man, they rotated in so well and on time. And when I say on time, I mean much before anyone even was there, right? Much before the dive even happened, the Crystal Maiden was already there, the offlane Crystal Maiden. The Nyx also rotated even before they started diving. And because of that, they were ready. They were ready and waiting. They didn't start porting in when the dive happened. They anticipated the movement and they reacted properly to it. It's one of the best things that the teams can do, actually. Anticipating what the other team is going to do and just setting up perfect traps like that one. That's actually great for TNC, as this Tigers lineup, that's, as we talked about, it's really about pushing, right? It's about taking early domination over the map. It hasn't been doing that, and they are the first ones to lose the tier 1 on top, and now on mid even it seems that it's gonna fall.
Yep, I'm gonna stop the TA, but he will get the deny at least. But he gives up his tower. Tim's with the Impale, and now trouble for Dragon Knight. Maybe been a little bit greedy to go for this. Go for the TP out, seeing the opportunity. He will be able to escape. But that is just a message being sent. When your Dragon Knight is this close to death,
that's not good, especially because he's there to deny. He's not there to try and attack. Oh, bottom lane.
Stampede movement in, going on the Pugna here. The Stomp's going to come up, the double edge as well. Pugna close to death. They'll be able to get him. No one is coming to help the little green man.
Yeah, that's basically a sacrificial Pugna there. They put him there to try and defend, or to try and delay this push as much as possible, because at one point it isn't worth for you to just stay there and continue defending, because if you lose a hero or two, which is a core, it's a disaster because of the rubber band effect, right? They're gonna get more gold than you, definitely. So the better option for TNC right now is to take over the dire jungle to pressure their tier 2 and the tier 2 on top.
And the important thing to highlight right now is this is actually all, this movement has to be made right now by Tigers, because while there is a 4K net worth lead building, you look at the money actually on TNC, there's a lot that hasn't been spent yet, right? The TA is the biggest bulker of gold, and she hasn't got a big item pickup yet.
Oh, terribly.
They're worried. They think maybe he's put a level into Sunder. They'll be a little bit upset if they watch the replay back later, though. Yes, he had no way to deal with them there.
Yeah, you kind of always expect terribly to not have the Sunder, actually. But
we've seen it a few times now, though.
You expected that he doesn't have it, but you don't risk it. You still don't do the move unless you're certain you're going to kill him.
I think the only time is, like, typically, you know he's not going to have it if they're being very dominant. But when you're this defensive and this at risk as a Terror Blade, it's not uncommon to see a level put into it early on.
The problem is, if he goes for it, then that slows his farm down even further. So the tier 2 on mid, looks like it might fall.
Moon just trying to zone them out, but Meander, he doesn't actually have a blink still. Still over 1,000 gold off picking that item up. And Ninja Boogie, he's ready to just keep an eye on these guys. They might go for a fight here. Never Blast does get set down to half HP as the Penitence triggers off on the ward. He needs to be careful. They actually could have popped a trap and he would have maybe died there. It would have been quite close.
They definitely could have gotten him, especially with Nyx there just following up.
It's the level 1. If it was level 2 trap, I think he actually dies to the trap alone. That's a scary proposition for a Chen at this point in the game.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be dying to the traps alone.
Moon Meander. Tim's is waiting on the side here. Just walk in, hit off the Vendetta. The Stampede gets used, but it's for nothing.
Yeah, that Stampede was... yeah, he stampede into his grave.
It's kind of worrying when your tankiest individuals dying that fast. And we actually praised this logic that Tigers was taking. It's like, okay, how do you kill any of us? And TNC said damage. Lots of damage.
Lots of damage and some outplays. I believe that first death from the DK on mid and the fact that their top lane fell apart so hard is the main reason they're in this situation right now. So
it's also interesting if you watch the movements of Ajit right now, is they've responded with TNC's super aggression in their own area of the map by just going and invading the Radiant jungle, which is a move we typically see. The move we don't typically see is the fact that he started in the dangerous area, which is up top near the secret shop.
Usually you don't want your Terror Blade to be doing that, though.
Yeah, he's got the trifecta farm. Yeah.
Like, usually heroes that do that are either heroes that can get out really fast and really easily, or heroes that really, really need that farm, like Alchemist, let's say, or a hero.
you know, you could be TI winners. Mistakes are bound to happen, right?
That's true.
Like, you compare the days of Dota of old, right? Where it was just, you would see 5-man black holes everywhere.
Are we going to see a Chen?
We're going to see a very dead Chen. Tim's, Mana Burn will get him, and Spike Carapace to walk it off, and Pale needs to get away from Majit, and he'll be able to do so.
Yeah, this is the thing, though. They're so far ahead that even these small mistakes, like not hitting and killing off the Chen there on time, they aren't punished because he still has so many levels that he can do it regardless.
Lane, Ice Pop coming out, jumping to Gabby, the Stampede forward, the Dragon Tail Control, the Macafire putting down, and he is donezo here. He might turn around for a Scythe opportunity if the Dragon Knight's not careful, but nope, can't get him low enough, does die off. It's a nice pick off, but the problem is, with the top lane the entire time, Armel's just been pushing on that tier 2.
Yeah. That's a nice skill, though. Speaking of those mistakes, being so aggressive on the bottom lane really wasn't that necessary. And Armel,
they're gonna get good. They're gonna go for Armel here. Yeah, Penitence to slow him down, plus a Reflection Sentry put down to make sure he can't melt to hide out here. But he already knows what's up. We get the Refraction and we'll go for TP out. Ice Pop, nice clip and 1-4-3-7. Getting across just in time, and Armel now stuck here. Down the window. The damage, he's might get him inside. It doesn't matter. He gets himself a double kill. Armel! What is this damage? He's still alive. He might go for the triple. 1-4-3-7. One more tap will do it. Refraction coming up cooldown. He's got a triple kill.
Triple, baby.
He might go for one hit kid. He's got assistance here. Tim's with the Impale. No mana on Dragon Knight. He's gonna get the ult. No! Tim steals it away, but GG gets called. TNC, they've given up. Oh, sorry, Tigers have given up. Too much TNC from old, right?
I mean, that was definitely the decisive move there. Like, oh, did they GG or not?
They hit. Oh, was it? No, it was. Okay, no, it's TNC baiting us in with the good games.
All right.
Sorry, guys. We looked at allies. It was allies. Why is that a thing, Liz? Right? Good game should just be said in one way, and it should be decisive.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't blame them if that would, because this is a best of 3, and people might look and say that's defeated 16 minutes in. But when you bring that many heroes in and
you lose to 1,
yeah,
you die to TA, yeah, that's basically is a blink. Yeah, there's a blink flying in now as well.
Things just got worse.
So that's basically what we were talking about. Like you can afford to make so many mistakes because you're so far ahead. Like pushing with TA there, that's a mistake. That's usually considered a mistake. But she's so far ahead that even if they catch her with the ice path, even if they commit 3 heroes to get her, 4 heroes to get her, she still turns it and makes an ultra. Well, Nyx did steal 1 kill.
Yeah, he stole 1, but I'm not sure if he earned them. I think my on this kill, 1-4-3-7 just disappears. The 2 hits from Armel. Moving forward to Mumianda to slow him down. They do have the Frostbite still to work with. There's a trap on top of him, and he won't have anywhere out the sight. Just to make sure he spends longer on the sideline. 65 seconds about center. They'll go back in the roast pit, and they'll get Armel a second life.
No. Talentless? Come on, Tim. Don't be that hard. That's harsh, man. That's harsh. Whew.
I mean, at least they kept their GGs to the team, or they would have. Could you imagine if they accidentally done all chat GG? And because the rules, like, I don't know if we've actually reached that point. Have we reached the point where you have to, like, you can't interrupt a GG?
I don't think we're there yet, but the teams aren't testing that.
Yeah, because it's definitely got to a point where it's very unacceptable behavior compared to the early days. And unacceptable from Zephyr here, being a little bit too far on his own. He doesn't just lose his life, he loses the entire creep on. He loses all of his babies, Liz.
All of the babies just gone like that, and that's very bad for Chen because now he can't even use them to split push or to farm, and he has to waste so much of his time just searching for creeps. And guess what? Anywhere he goes, he's free game, right? So anywhere he farms or tries to get those creeps, he can die.
And at a point like this, it's important to actually highlight vision, right? Because this is the most crucial factor to these pickups TA. They are situated heavily around this triangle for Dire because they know Terrorblade wants to come in here. They don't need to go looking for him or put wards elsewhere because this is the primary spot of farm for him.
Mid lane, though.
They can't do it. Jumps in, Stampede is too late. No Terrorblade. 1 hit from half health. And now center, a little bit trouble. The Macafire goes down. He's going to try and move away quick enough here. They've already lost 2 though. Armel not slowing down anytime soon. He might actually get another kill before he pops the Aegis. Moon, Meander getting low. Has no Stampede to work with. We'll go for TB. Oh no! The Ice Path keeps Centaur alive. The buyback on Terrorblade though, and this is problematic. You burn practically everything you have just to get rid of that Aegis on Armel. And now he'll approach the high ground. With a Pugner to boot as well, this won't take too long to push through.
So they have the Nether Blast plus the refractions on TA to push. They can opt to just go on farming as well, but nope. Instead, they're gonna take this. I believe it's gonna be the tier 3, and then they fall back.
And this is important here as well. There's the power of the TAs, all these traps. It creates this buffer zone that you can't fight into. Good luck putting down a sentry and get rid of them quick enough. And there's a jump forward. Ice Bomb coming up, trying to move on Ninja Boogie. No, move me out of this a minute, just a quick. And they already lost the chain. The buyback's going to come out from the Pugler. They are just getting stunned up. The site's going to be there. Moon is gone. Ajib, that's a dieback. He can't get back in the fight anymore. And now, in your dream on the side, what is his solution here? The Elder Dragon form runs out. They have the buybacks, but they don't really kill anyone important here. There's going to be a cost going down. Move forward to 1457. The Ice Bomb coming up. Gabby goes down the stomp though. And now, in return, it's stunned up by the Knicks. The double stun with the Impale. They're going to lose the Dragon Knight. The GG gets called. They've had enough. Where's the Rampage? There it is. Gabby striking the entirety of TNC down just before the game is over. Tigers. Damn it, Tigers. I'm getting too excited.